10 places to visit in Mexico. 1. Mexico City. When it comes to the best places to visit in Mexico, we have to start out with the country's thriving capital city. Mexico City is one of the most enthusiastic cities out there. There are so many things to do in Mexico City that even a week is not enough. Spend your days visiting museums on a wide variety of topics, from anthropology to art to history, and even tequila. Don't miss the tours in and around the city as well. Sightseeing is great in Mexico City. But it's the food and nightlife vibe that makes it one of the best places to visit in Mexico. Food lovers and party animals alike will be in paradise here. You're confused with choices with a bounty of street food, international restaurants, bars, and clubs. There are too many things to do in Mexico City, with every night out being a great one. 2. Guadalajara. Mexico's second largest city is definitely similar to the capital. But Guadalajara has a lot of events going on that you should also include it when choosing your places to visit in Mexico. After all, this is the home of tequila and mariachi. In addition to drinking both, there are quite a few cultural sites to take in. Most of these are located in the Centro Histórica and are easily visited in a day. No visit to Mexico would be complete without an evening of lucha libre, and the Estación pub runs a great party bus to the arena every Tuesday night. Be sure to grab a colorful mask as a great souvenir. When planning to visit Mexico, don't miss all of the amazing things to do in Guadalajara and the party nights. 3. Monterrey. Known more as an industrial city, Monterrey often lies way under the radar of tourists. Surrounded by majestic mountains, it's actually a great choice for eco-tourism. And you can have fun hiking, mountain biking, rock climbing, and more, all within reach of the city. In the city, you can wander through the Macro Plaza to take in some cutting-edge architecture. After visiting the huge Mexican History Museum, take a boat cruise up the man-made river to Parque Fundidora and stay around for the sunset. Be sure to work up an appetite and dig into a plate of cabrito, the local specialty. 4. Puerto Vallarta. Puerto Vallarta has been making lists of the best places to visit in Mexico for years now, and for a lot of good reasons. While it is well known as an all-inclusive resort and spring break party destination, PV is so much more than that. There are various activities, excursions, and tours in Puerto Vallarta to keep you busy. Adventure lovers will love this place, as you've got skydiving, bungee jumping, and paragliding. PV has 2 craft breweries and several fantastic cocktail bars. Enjoy the impressive food by eating your way through the city while searching for the best Puerto Vallarta restaurant. The real fun goes on outside of the resorts in town, where the party goes all night. There's some surprising nightlife in PV, numerous splendid beaches to see, and endless things to do in Puerto Vallarta. 5. Huatulco. Huatulco is home to 9 bays and 36 beaches. And many of them are ecological preserves where development is not allowed. It's actually the only resort area in Mexico that has won a Green Globe Award. In addition to sunbathing, you can also visit nearby coffee farms and waterfalls, or join a rafting or cycling trip. This hidden jackpot is mostly popular with domestic tourists, but it won't be long until the secret is out. This is definitely one of the best places to visit in Mexico this year, so get ready for some fun. 6. Tulum. Tulum was considered an off-the-beaten-path destination in Mexico. The path has definitely been roughed up now, as more and more travelers swarm here for the white sand and turquoise waters. That being said, you'll still find far smaller crowds here than you will in nearby Cancun and Playa del Carmen. Just be sure to get to the ruins early in the morning to avoid the tour buses. These sinkholes are abundant in the Yucatan, and they're a great place to do a bit of snorkeling or scuba diving. Back in town, there are tons of choices to wine and dine the night away. Although not a hidden jackpot, there are numerous fun things to do in Tulum, and it's still one of the best places to visit in Mexico. 7. Teotihuacan. When visiting Mexico City, be sure to set aside a day to explore the old city of Teotihuacan. It was the largest pre-Columbian city in the Americas, with a population of around 150,000 at its peak. As the legend goes, this is the place where the gods planned the creation of man. Here you'll be able to climb on some of the largest ancient pyramids in the world. After embracing the views from atop the Temple of the Sun, you can sit down to lunch in a cave. If you're into ancient ruins, the best time to visit Mexico to see the sights without tons of tourists would be during the shoulder season in April or May. Make sure you spend some time around the Yucatan, visiting the other amazing ruins of Ekbalam, Coba and Chichen Itza. 8. Palenque. Located in the state of Chiapas, the Mayan ruins at Palenque are much smaller than some of the more well-known sites. Surrounded by jungle and far from any major city, it also means that they're far less crowded. In addition to exploring the ruins, you've also got several waterfalls and caves in the area to check out. While some tourists visit the ruins on a long day trip, you're better off basing yourself in one of the cool forest hideouts. Spending the night at one of these funky spots allows you to get an early start and take in the ruins before the hottest part of the day. 9. Chichen Itza. As one of the new 7 wonders of the world, it should come as no surprise to see Chichen Itza on a list of the top places to visit in Mexico. Be prepared to be awestruck by the amazing El Castillo, the castle, which was built to honor a Mayan serpent deity. This is one place where it's well worth it to shell out a few extra pesos for a guide. That way you can learn the fascinating details of this impressive structure. While hordes of tourists descend upon the site on a daily basis, it's very easy to escape the crowds. Stay at a hotel a few miles up the road rather than visiting on a day trip, and you'll almost have the place to yourself in the early morning. 10. San Miguel de Allende. A longtime favorite destination for expats, San Miguel de Allende was recently awarded the best city in the world by Travel Plus Leisure. This charming, colorful city boasts a temperate climate, a vibrant arts scene, and a beautiful church at its center. There are numerous things to do in San Miguel de Allende to keep you busy. Outside of town, you'll find hot springs, horseback riding, cycling, and many more. While it's true that San Miguel is somewhat of a gringolandia, that doesn't mean you can't enjoy a local vibe here. It's one of the best places in Mexico to study Spanish. And there are many options for homestays where you can live with a local family and get lots of practice. If you're looking for somewhere a bit more original, check out the things to do in Guanajuato, which is just an hour and a half away.
Subscribe.